Now arriving at Azure Square Station. Please remember to take all personal belongings with you.
Judgy, wake up! We're here! We're back. And you're not allowed to run off this time. Until we find the emissary, we need to stick to our usual plan. Pretend to be a regular dog whenever there are people around. You know, the fluffy kind that humans love to pet. Got it? We'll practice paw shaking later. Should-y?
These are special pathological cases where the subjects retain a human's physical features, but their consciousness has been eroded. Only primitive aggression and instincts remain. For now, we're designating them as Alterum. These Alterum share one common characteristic too. They were diagnosed with protocore syndrome.
But according to these forum posts, a mysterious figure has appeared these past few days. They strike before the police do, and their codename is apparently Dawnbreaker. They always manage to deal with the Alterum before the police can arrive.
Wait, what? Another urban legend?
Focus. As for these recent Alterum attacks, the police need a hunter to investigate and detect metaflux readings. Does anyone want to volunteer?
Thanks for coming out when there's all this snow. Perfect. We've received some of the restored surveillance footage, so we can take a look at it. The surveillance equipment was damaged by the cold, though. I'm afraid the video quality won't be great. The temperature dropped far below the equipment's tolerance threshold. It's safe to say the damage wasn't caused by natural means. They managed to avoid being captured by the surveillance system. Meticulous and efficient, I'd say. So that's it then. We should deal with these Alterum before they completely degenerate into wanderers. Perhaps this so-called serial killer is actually a hero. However, from a hunter's perspective, do you see the Alterum as humans? Or are they monsters that need to be destroyed like wanderers? You're not wrong. Wanderers, Alterum, the Deepspace tunnel. Sometimes I think about the kind of fantastical world I'm living in. If a disaster even worse than the Chrono Rift catastrophe arrives, how much could humanity really do? The Alterum will cause panic, not the murderer. A blood-stained murderer is more relatable than these abominations, yay or nay?
Going to drag me back to the cocoon? I won't return! Wait. You're Dawnbreaker. Just kill me already! You... I said you could kill me, not torture.
I suggest you stay quiet. What exactly is this cocoon you speak of?
Why do you need to know so much? If you're not going to kill me, then let me go. Stay back!
You haven't gotten to the point where death is necessary. But after tonight, that might change. The crystals will erode your body. Your skin will be split open, and your bones will be ground to dust. When it reaches your neck, you'll lose your voice. No one will hear you scream.
You're right. They all died like that, after emerging from their cocoons. I want to live. But if I'm going to turn into a monster, what's the point? Rather than let the cocoon turn me into a mindless monster, I'd rather die.
A dignified death doesn't exist. Thinking you're in control of the situation by choosing to die. You're only comforting yourself with a lie. Did you escape just so you could die like a dog?
Don't lecture me with that nonsense! You're a hunter. A hunter's gun can kill a monster like me, right? Pull the trigger already! I... He's a doctor?
Is this yours? Oh, then it's mine. It's none of your business. I know. The subway station is this way. What's the matter? No, I'm perfectly fine.
Hey, I think a couple is breaking up in the middle of the street.
What are you trying to do? While I was dreaming.
Extremely low temperature detected. To protect the device and extend its service life, the system will be automatically turned off in 1 minute.
You're being childish. That's medicine. It's bitter. I'm not consuming it. You know my preferences that well? It's awful. I'm not cold. I've already told you this. Take these blankets away. I don't have the strength. You've been fussing over me for a while now. Is it for a particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. You'll what?
What you described is not the first time this happened to Zayne. I witnessed it once when he was doing research with me at Mount Eternal. He became a complete stranger overnight, and no one knew what happened to him. That's something only he knows. Back then, he ventured deep into Mount Eternal by himself, as if he had something to do there. When we saw him the next day, he had returned to his usual self, the one we all knew. I guess whatever he needed to do was done.
The investigation into the Alterum and the unidentified suspect is still ongoing. We urge all citizens to remain vigilant, avoid spreading rumors, and exercise caution when traveling alone at night.
Is messing around with people while they sleep a habit of yours? Yes. You could phrase that differently. Yesterday, when I was in that nightmarish state, did I trouble you? You could only see the blanket. How was that cute? It's a little hazy, but I remember most of it. I also remember how you stacked blankets on me and did a test with carrot juice. They became more frequent after I returned from Chansha City, and in those dreams, I always forget who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. The me in my dreams, however, has his own mission to complete. Good morning.
Ever, which announced the Fountain of Atay initiative, has revealed the first phase of the project, the Val Sanatorium. According to several reports, Val Sanatorium is using medical pods called Rebirth cocoons to treat patients with protocore syndrome.
You're right. They all died like that, after emerging from their cocoons. Rather than let the cocoon turn me into a mindless monster, I'd rather die.
That won't be necessary. My robot vacuum has its own social life.
Emissary!
Let go of me.
So that's where you went, Shuchi. Why didn't you tell me? I'm...
The son of a distant relative. He loves sci-fi movies and cartoons. I suppose his latest hobby is running away from home. And he's... the master of that.
Well, you could say that. I live in the Fractal Library.
Excuse me?
In a nearby residential area. He's just a regular pet dog. He's not special. Go on, Shuchi. Bark. That's not the correct sound. Okay, now shake. When did you learn to do that?
I just got a text from his parents. They're going to pick him up.
I was actually planning to stay for a while. Right. I wanted to say hello. Uncle Zayne will send me home.
It's cold, so you should head inside. I'll see him off. Why did you come here?
7 years ago, you promised to take up the position at the Fractal Library. I traveled here because I'm asking you to fulfill that promise. You were selected as the emissary of the Divine. Astra ordained it, and your nightmare is the greatest proof of this.
I also said that I had my own choices to make and more important matters to attend to back then.
Was becoming that version of yourself in the nightmare also a choice? People think they're making choices most of the time, yet they're unaware that all these options lead to one inevitable outcome. Fate falls upon us like this snow. It is silent and inevitable. And you too are destined to become Since you haven't made up your mind, there's no point in me staying here any longer. But I left the Excessus bracelet you made for me at the library. Can you make me another one, please? Thank you, Emissary. I'll take my leave now. In any case, you're welcome to find me at the Fractal Library in Lincoln City. I'll be sure to visit you again as well. The Emissary is a liar. I counted every single day for 7 years.
Yes, he needs to go home and write his reflection paper. You don't want to know what happened during the past few days when I disappeared? I said goodbye 3 days ago because I had accepted Carter's invitation. I'll be joining the Fountain of Atay research project. It's ultimately an excuse. Something unexpected happened, and the nightmare arrived before I could carry out my plans. Lately, Oxo Hospital has received a large influx of unusual cases involving protocore syndrome patients. Some died shortly after hospitalization. Others transformed within a month and became... All these patients had recovered at Val Sanatorium after entering a medical pod called the Rebirth cocoon. Carter told me that Ever will soon hold a press conference to demonstrate the Rebirth cocoon's effectiveness to the public. We can't let them do as they please. I want to stop Ever's plans, not just for the protocore syndrome patients. I want to make amends for a mistake, one that should have been corrected years ago. Yet it still haunts me to this day. I know I disappeared without a word before, but Will you come with me this time? Do you remember what you told me about the Deepspace collision chamber at the Gaia Research Center? Ever plans to restart that project. The new program they're showcasing at the sanatorium might be related to it. Isn't that a very convincing invitation? You're staying here to watch the house. There are things I need to tell you. The technology used in the Rebirth cocoon is from a research project Carter and I worked on when we were in medical school. Back then, I began researching the application of protocores in implantable devices under Dr. Noah's guidance. It was also something I was interested in personally. At first, the research progressed smoothly. Yet when we started doing experiments, we need to stop researching this. The protocore energy has completely corroded the heart. Our experiment failed.
But the heart started beating again. It just grew some black crystals, that's all. Did you know? The lab mouse we performed a protocore implant surgery on transformed into a wanderer and devoured its fellow test subjects. Zayne, our experiment wasn't a failure. We succeeded! We've discovered humanity's next evolutionary form! We definitely need to visit that barbecue place near the campus tonight to celebrate.
The experiment didn't lead to new life. It turned people into wanderers, minions of a protocore. It was a Pandora's box that should have remained sealed. I destroyed all the related research data that day. I hope to keep this truth buried forever. No. He named it X-Heart and took it to Xander Sciences. It was later implemented in the Rebirth cocoon, which is the first step in the Fountain of Atay. Not at all. In our lab, we always said it's best to take a 4-hour break while data is being collected. Then we can see the results after. So during those times, I would have been available at least. I was joking. If you were there, I would have always made time for you. I'm not familiar with the sanatorium's interior layout. If you encounter any danger during this visit, remember not to go in alone.
Have you been waiting long, Zayne?
No, we just got here.
When Zayne called about needing 2 visitor passes, I had a feeling you'd be accompanying him.
Let's skip the pleasantries and head inside.
Visitor identification verified. Zayne, I am Telomere, the AI management system of Val Sanatorium. Welcome to our facility. We hope you have a good day here at the sanatorium.
Bright yet oppressive.
Since Zayne personally asked me for visitor clearance, I should give you 2 a proper tour. I see the Fountain of Atay finally caught your interest. All those phone calls over the past month weren't in vain. But I'm curious, what made you change your mind?
You kept talking about humanity's future. I wanted to see if it would actually come to pass. Besides, nobody knows Exhard better than me.
Good, good. You've convinced me. Everyone deserves a second chance at redemption. Remember, Zayne, I gave you this chance. And what about you, Miss Hunter? I see. Even the strongest relationships need a solid foundation. I'll make sure you get a good position here. The only downside to this place is that it's too by the book, but I guess that doesn't really affect you, Zayne.
Dr. Zayne, it's been a while.
Ms. Karen?
I heard that when she left Axo Hospital, she had less than 2 months to live. Her daughter had just learned to say mama when you handed her a death sentence. How cruel.
Dr. Carter, the patient in room A504.
What are you thinking about?
The key to obedience isn't promising heaven, it's using hell as a threat. After all, everyone fears illness and death. We meet again, Miss Hunter. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Benedict, the director of Val Sanatorium. I'm honored you remembered me, Miss Hunter. It's been a while, Dr. Zayne. Welcome aboard.